Planning your Saturday night can be a bit of a bitch.
Saturday night is the loneliest night in the week.
Well, it doesn't have to be. Load up Toxic Radio every Saturday night for the heavy metal happy hour with the one and only Fishman.
I know that, dude.
There will be interviews, ticket giveaways, a little bit of banter with Toxic Mike, and of course great metal from the 80s all the way through today. Starts at 7 p.m., runs until Fish says it's over.
Everyone get out!
Catch it only on Toxic Radio. Don't play it safe. Play it toxic.
Enjoying all that Toxic Radio has to offer? Well, make sure you like and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Be the first to find out about ticket giveaways, amazing guests, awesome contests, and Toxic Radio events. Just search Toxic Radio Live, all one word, and press that little button. Every time you do, someone here at Toxic Radio will get their wings.
Yay!
Well, not really.
Aww.
But we will get a warm, fuzzy feeling in our tummies. But then again, that just might be the beer. Anyway, like and follow us, and we will see you out there on the interwebs.
Hey, you. I don't mean to judge, but you don't have enough stuff.
Way to rub it in, jerk.
Know where you can get stuff? We got stuff. Lots of stuff. Get the stuff you need at toxicradio.net or through the free app.
A caveman could do it.
T-shirts, hoodies, mugs, stickers, all featuring your favorite Toxic Radio shows.
Okay, literal goosebumps.
So get off your ass and get your stuff.
I don't think that kind of language is appropriate.
And get some stuff for the people in your life too, you selfish bitch.
You got yourself a deal.
The Toxic Shop. Don't buy it safe. Buy it toxic. Hey, miss an episode of Relationships 101? Don't sweat it. We got you covered. You can catch up on episodes on the Toxic Radio app, toxicradio.net, or wherever you get podcasts, like iTunes, Spotify, Deezer, and Odyssey. And don't forget to follow John on social media too. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Remember, just like any relationship, communication is key. Keep in touch.
What's going on, everybody? You gotta love that beat. Oh my gosh, you gotta love that beat. That's super sexy right there. I want to welcome everybody to the hottest relationship podcast in the game right now, Relationships 101. And for the next 60 minutes, I'll be your doctor of love and your host, John Evans. Now, before we start this, I got two special guests in the building with me tonight. One of them has been on here long enough where he's no longer a special guest. Back by popular demand. I'm going to pass the mic to him. Go ahead and tell him who you are.
What's up? What's up? Supreme the Resurrected in the building. Apparently, we are a big hit on here with some of these crazy stories and antidotes that I have. I hope I'm helping people in the relationship. As he is the doctor, I am the doctor's assistant.
Okay, my next special guest, my brother, my Toxic Family alumni. Pass the mic and tell him who you are.
I'm Gene from Wire to Wire. I can't wait to have some of these conversations because I'll be in your comments way too often, and I'm like, I need to get more out. So when you so generously sent the offer for me to come on, I couldn't wait to get out here and just talk to y'all.
I appreciate you. And yes, Wire to Wire, one of the hottest sports podcasts in the game right now. So when you get a chance, we'll talk about that in the end, where he could plug you in and tell you when and where to watch that. Also, well, yes, this show right here is where we keep love alive and keep you on cloud nine. Now, I'm going to send some special shout outs. One to my boy Joe Turner at JT Gaming 0177. You can find him on Twitch. If you're into video games, it's the hottest place you want to be right now. And to one half of the entertainment experience, Positive ProStar. He will be joining me next week, and he will be back in the building. He's been away for some time, and, I'll let him explain all that. But he will be back joining us, and he will actually be a guest on the Relationships 101 podcast. So shout out to those two people. And my final shout out goes to the special young lady who keeps me on my toes. Her name is Jayana. It's my daughter / manager. She handles a lot of things behind the scenes for me, with my do's and don'ts and what I will and what I won't. So I appreciate you. I love you, baby girl, and thank you for all that you've been doing. So let's get this show on the road. We have the Man Cave episode coming up in December. We'll talk a little more about that later. I'm kind of buying some time because let me get into it. I have a story. Well, we have the Relationships 101 website, and people leave their stories. They leave their issues, and, there's a turnaround time within an hour that I'll get back with them. And through this page, we, create relationships with people. There was a story that I was blessed to be a part of last night that was so intriguing that I asked this person to call in and tell it himself, because I could do it, but I just couldn't give it justice because I have not lived through it. So in about 4 minutes, I should be expecting a call, but if, worst comes to where, I'll tell the story myself. But it was so profound. This actually has to be the best / worst story I've ever heard. It's almost like a Lifetime story. Yeah, it's heavy. It's heavy. Like I said, I'm going to give old boy, he has 4 minutes, and if he doesn't, I'm jumping into it myself, because as I'm taking notes last night and he's telling me this, my jaw is dropping. I could not believe that someone was actually living through this. And it explains some things that I won't get into, but not yet, but I will as the story goes on. But it does some explaining, and it's just it's an incredible story.
All I'm gonna say after that, and I'm gonna say, "But did you die?" No.
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut on. Yeah,
Close.
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut on that. I mean, I put it like this: it is something. Let me jump into another story. I can jump into a quick one.
I love these stories.
John's setting us up with a cliffhanger.
Yeah. This
I
is
love
like,
it. Like, I'm
this
ready.
Is like
Oh
a
my
Lifetime
gosh.
movie.
I felt like Power just ended. And
Yeah.
where's the next episode?
And it kicked off again, like
Oh
part
my
2
gosh,
coming up.
we have 3 more. We have 3 more minutes. But I'm gonna go into a story because my fans.
This is what we want.
Yeah. We have listeners that plug into this. So the story I'm about to read is is from Gracie out of New York, and it's called Say Cheese. Well, she had a first date with a guy who asked her to bring a camera. She didn't think much of it. So they went to eat at a diner that served $1 slices of pizza. It was his choice. So he made her take headshots of him all night, and at one point even up against a dumpster for his modeling profile. After the dinner, he asked could he come back to the crib so she could upload the photos for him. So while they're back at her crib, she's uploading these photos. He tells her, you'd look a lot nicer if you dress edgier and smiled less. So she let that, brush off her back. She said when her roommate came out to get a drink and said hi and went back in her room, he looked at her and said, "Damn, she's hot. Can I get her number?" She said, "It's time for you to leave." She said, "I emailed him his pics and never spoke to him again."
I wouldn't have gave him no pictures.
Yeah, I wouldn't have gave him no pictures either. Fuck that.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to understand how in the world it got that far.
That fast.
Like, no, it's just like you, after the diner, after bring the camera, after taking pictures by the dumpster, you still let that man, went back to his house or her house?
Her house.
Jesus
wow.
Christ.
Yeah.
And it was her roommate.
It was her roommate.
Wow.
Yeah.
People are bold.
I can't.
It was already a horrible date because I'm quite sure she was expecting more than dollar slices of pizza.
Exactly.
Facts.
Right, right.
I wish I would try that.
Yeah, in another lifetime. But the picture thing, I would have been like, this guy's into himself. That's
Well,
too,
first of all, when he goes
she
up
a-
against the dumpster,
Yeah.
get this photo of me.
Is she was she like? Did he meet her and she was a photographer? Like, you know what I mean? Like if she's a photographer, you're like, yo, bring your camera. Like, could you imagine a regular plain Jane and you just all of a sudden talking about bring your camera because this is what I want you to do as we eat these exclusive slices of pizza that cost $1, and I just want you to take a bunch of headshots of me.
It's the cheapest photo shoot that guy's ever had.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. Cheapest dinner and photo shoot.
You think he did that just to get her off his case? And
Brad
get
said
the
basically
photo?
she got hired for a photo shoot. Yeah, she did. She did.
That's
She
crazy.
did. And then he had the audacity to say, damn, your roommate's hot. Can I get her number? I'm like, whoa.
At least he could have tried to get them both. I'm
Okay.
just saying.
Okay. Okay.
Starting early. I'm sorry.
That's one way of looking at it, you know.
Guys have like the most. Like I'm so just perplexed.
You said
I hear
the-
some of these stories. Like
the
guys have
audacity.
the most audacity
The audacity.
ever.
That's bold, though. I mean, I would have tried them both. I would have been like, hey, yo. You know what I'm saying? I think he probably got further trying to crack on, at least including her, as far as like telling her she's kind of ugly and to smile less or more or whatever, and then to crack on the
Smile
roommate.
less and dress edgier.
Yeah,
Right,
and then
right.
get on the roommate. That's like a no. But if you've been like, yo, you and your roommate should let me take pictures of y'all.
Dave, what's going on? Dave said I would have sent the pics to him, but photoshopped him in lingerie.
I'd have took it. I'd definitely blacked his eyes and put a mustache on him.
Something.
He'd
something.
he'd
He
got
messed them photos all up.
Yeah, he'd got them. He'd got some raggedy pictures back.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, that's dope. That's crazy. People,
Well,
tell a story.
yeah, I got to tell the story. I gave a boy his time. I got to tell the story. All right, if he calls in, I'll let him, elaborate some more on it.
Right.
But, we're here for a reason. Okay. So the young man's name is Earl. That's all I'm going to say is Earl. In 2002, he lost the love of his life, his ex-fiance. She died in his arms because she needed a heart transplant, and it just didn't come, fast enough.
Right.
So I'm going to fast forward this to 2005, where he meets this young lady in college. They fall in love, and much like most people do when they fall in love, they work on getting married and everything. And they did get married. Well, somewhere along the line, he got shot 9 times.
Jesus.
Yeah. The outcome of him being shot 9 times was that he was not able to have children the conventional way. So they decided, him and his wife, to get in vitro. So everything is, they're setting up their lives for this in vitro. I'm going to be honest, I'm totally ignorant to that. I don't know the whole process of
Yeah,
that.
me too.
So,
It sounds like it hurt.
so they're waiting for, that to kick in and everything. So the doctor calls the crib to let him know that, hey, everything's set, I'm going to set up a date where we can extract the semen from your body and everything.
Yep.
So he's like, okay, cool. He goes to tell his wife, okay, well, we're one step closer to having the baby. The doctor called, everything's a go. His wife busts out crying. And she says, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. And he said he could tell by the way that she was crying. The first thing that came to his mind was, he said, you're fucking pregnant, ain't you? And she was.
I thought you were gonna say she's a man.
She was pregnant. Oh, shit gets deeper. It gets deeper. She was pregnant. He said his father had to talk him down like he was a member of the SWAT team to keep from shooting her in the head. It gets even deeper because she had gotten pregnant by her maid of honor's husband. Yeah.
Class act right there, baby.
So I asked him, I said, well, are they still together? He told me no. That relationship didn't work. She left him for another man and got married again and had 2 children by him. Then she got hooked on drugs and had all the kids taken away.
That's tough.
Yeah, that's real tough.
He's still childless.
He's still childless.
Girlless.
I don't know his relationship status. I was just like, that's such a horrible story, though. For one, to lose the first fiance in such a fashion, and then this is your wife. Your wife that you're thinking for better or for worse, for richer or poor, sickness and health, will be together forever. Okay, circumstances happen where, he got shot, the after effects of that. Okay, we're going to do this in vitro. So we're still on a quest to have this baby that we couldn't have. Only to find out there's already one in you.
That's nuts.
And it's by the dude that was at our wedding because it was the husband of your maid of honor.
Right.
That is messy in this universe and every other universe I could think of.
Every universe.
Fellas, please give me your opinions on this. Let's start with Gene.
I mean, I don't. I feel like I live my life by a certain moral compass. Like I really like. I feel very strongly about like morals, and like I've never cheated in my life, like ever. But to go that far, and I don't know. Like obviously the woman that did it is probably the most to blame, but that man that, is in the wedding, maid of honor's husband, to do that, like, I don't know where your mind's at. Like, I don't know, like, you got to have some real bad morals as a man. And then for her, knowing how much he's been through as it was, like, you can't. That's sickening.
That's heartless.
Like, sickening is like an understatement. That is really
heartless.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what Kanye's song was about.
That's a cold chick. Because I swear to God, somebody that go that far in the extreme of infidelity and then have a baby after you've been shot and know you lost the love of your life originally, that's cold. But at the same time, no signs in 3 years to show that this person is not really like a good person. Like you know what I mean? Like, did she have like mood swings? Cause she blamed bipolarism. Like, I didn't do it because I wasn't myself. I got 17 personalities, and that was the horde personality. It's just I was just wondering, like, was she Betty Crocker, Susie Homemaker for 3 years, and then turn into the devil? Like not only the devil, but like the cheat on your friend's. Cheat with your friend's husband and have a child, because that relationship is gone, I'm sure.
Yeah, they said it was gone.
That relationship is done. So you ruined that relationship. You ruined your relationship. Maybe that's what got her on drugs. I don't know. Like maybe all that
the guilt,
got her hooked on drugs. Like, because she, bad as she is, there's a tragedy in her story too.
Yes,
like it's got to be something that
there was no happy ending. There was no happy ending.
Something that had to happen in her life also. You know what I'm saying? Like really something that.
I mean, I get it though, but we always look for morality, like why this happened. But like sometimes people are shitty people.
Right. Yes,
like I hate saying it that way, but in reality, like that's a shitty person. Like I don't know what happened to you in your life that you felt like you were going to destroy this man that bad.
Right, and
that's shitty.
Then they bring the kids in.
Well, my whole thing is this. Okay, we're married. I'm shot multiple times, and I'm having difficulties from that. The after effects. You're my wife. You're my ride or die, my number one. I expect you to take care of me and look out for me on a deeper level than anyone on the planet.
Right.
So while I'm down and out, you decide to go elsewhere and, get pregnant?
Yeah.
I mean, there's no hiding that.
I wonder why she didn't just leave him. Like,
I don't know.
Like,
what would you say his name was? Curtis?
Earl.
Curtis Jackson?
No. He did get 50 Cent, but nah. It wasn't Curtis Jackson.
No, just checking.
It wasn't Earl Simmons. No,
Earl is this.
Because
is actually,
DMX wouldn't stood for nothing like that. DMX is the one with the 15 kids.
Rest in peace, X. But nah, it's such a horrible story.
Me.
I was just like,
just leave me.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Like, leave me when I can't have kids and it's.
Well, no, don't leave me because I can't have kids. I mean, we could do it like we gonna have kids, but we just ain't gonna have none.
Like if I know I'm about to spear you like that.
Oh man,
it'd be just better for her to just be like, I gotta go. And if she was already pregnant and knew she was pregnant, get out before the getting is good. I mean, I guess how you gonna get pregnant and all that, then all of a sudden get honest? Let me tell you.
You know what? That's a good point. How do you get pregnant and then get honest?
You gonna get honest?
Are so correct.
You could have just rolled out and nobody would have been hurt. You and the new guy y'all could have tore each other lives up, and poor Earl would have been like, "Well, I dodged a bullet." Instead of getting the
bad analogy.
Instead of getting the 10th shot,
you know.
I feel like that more you look at it's a funny analogy.
Weird words.
I feel like the more and more you like I've heard that story before. Like guy gets left, girl leaves guy, and then she's all of a sudden in a relationship and pregnant, and like you didn't know if that happened before. Like I've heard that story before.
And it does happen.
But girl didn't leave guy.
Correct. That's the point.
Girl got pregnant with guy.
That's what makes it worse.
With other guy. That's dope.
Well, think about it. How long could she have actually held that a secret?
Never. 9 months. 6.
No, because the time in between the in vitro.
Oh yeah.
No, the process between that and her showing.
I was just talking about her having the secret of revealing finally the truth that she's pregnant by another guy.
That was a real life Maury episode.
I wasn't even trying to get to the finesse of putting the new child on him. Like, yo, guess what? You're a miracle worker. Them bullets didn't hit you as bad as that we thought you did. You had got one in the home plate. And it's yours.
You got one on home plate.
Boy, you rotten as hell. We've been in there moving some furniture. I do know that.
Oh, yeah.
I do know that.
It's yours, baby. But
my God.
But it doesn't look like little Earl.
Earl, if you listening, the phone lines is open, brother. Matter of fact, we don't open them up too often here, but number to the love lines is 856-485-9565. I'll repeat that one more time. The number to the love line is 856-485-9565.
Telephone.
Oh, we got Earl in the building. Let's plug him in. Please, Jamie.
Hello.
Hello?
What's happening?
What's going on, brother?
Hey.
You're speaking with John Evans, and this is Relationships 101. Please, brother, talk to me. Well, nobody can tell your story like your story, so how about we dial it back to 2002? You mind telling everybody your situation?
In 2002, I was engaged to be married, and my fiance was on a list for a heart transplant. She didn't make it to get the heart. She died in my arms 3 days before Christmas.
Sorry to hear that, brother.
Thank you.
Now let's fast forward to 2005.
Say it again.
Let's fast forward it to 2005 when you met your ex-wife in college.
Yeah, I met the ex-wife. I mean, that was a doozy there. We met in 2005 in college. We got married in 2007. And in 2008, we was going, because I was shot 9 times in 92. So it left me paralyzed. So in 2008, we was going through the in vitro. But before we can get through the in vitro, she wound up pregnant.
Now, explain to everybody how that came about. How you found out that she was pregnant.
I mean, the doctor called and said they had the tool to extract my semen. And when I told her, she broke down and started crying. And I knew instantly. I just said, let me guess, she's pregnant. And she went on to talk about how she couldn't lose me and all that.
What was your reaction?
But that was it. My reaction was to put a pistol to her head, John.
And a lot of folks wouldn't
And
have
my
blamed you
father
for that.
talked me out of shooting her. Huh?
I said a lot of folks wouldn't have blamed you for that.
Yeah, my father talked me down from shooting her.
Now, did you leave immediately? Like, was it like, you know how they sometimes
Oh yeah.
situations, let's work it out, or you know, you have some sort of a soft spot, but you was out immediately.
Nah, man, I was out.
That's what's up.
I left the house. I wound up homeless, sleeping in my van for a couple of months.
Jesus.
Oh my gosh.
You gotta have some stone cold good blessings coming to you, like
I respect
ASAP.
that. I respect that though.
You are due for some good fortune, brother.
Like, listen, I respect though, like the way he handled it though.
Oh, yeah.
Like, think of it this way, because like some people would have stayed until they found a place.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been able to, and I respect the fact that he's like, man, I'll stay in my van before I stay with you after you did that.
You know, sometimes that's how the devil get back into your life, because you know you stand around, you know, then you start feeling sorry for her, and she get crying every day, and sorry, and eventually, sometimes you might even forgive her and say, you know what? So being out of that situation totally, it probably was the best thing for you. Because you know you extracted yourself out of a very, very, excuse the pun, toxic relationship.
Now, Earl, if you don't mind sharing with us, what in the end happened to her?
Oh man, I found out she was in a car accident, and she wound up on pain pills, and the pain pills got her hooked. She wound up shooting dope. We got a spot up here in Boston called Methadone Mile, where all the junkies hang at. And I seen her sister up there one day. That's how I found out. Because her and her sister both wound up on dope. Yeah, she's done it. She got all 4 of her kids taken from her.
Oh, my gosh.
Because she wound up getting married to another guy after that and had 2 more kids.
Was he the father? I mean, I'm just saying.
Lord knows, you know.
Right.
Well, that's a doozy.
Yeah,
you said it wasn't gonna be no joke.
You told me it was like a Lifetime movie, and yes, this is very, very compelling, and folks can learn from this. This is a teachable lesson. It is.
How you doing after all of this? Like, how you holding up mentally, and like you bounce back? Did you bounce back?
Well, hold up one second, Earl. We have viewers, and Tanya Grooms Butler said you did the right thing. She got what was coming.
Karma don't miss, man.
I'm blessed at it. I'm blessed. I mean, today I went from being a gang-banging drug dealer. Today I'm a deacon in the church. I'm doing good.
Oh man, that's what's up. God is good. God is good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I was hoping there was a silver lining in all of this for you in the end of everything that took place, that you got some type of ray of sunshine in your life. But that's very awesome. That makes me feel really good.
I felt a lot better about the story knowing he's doing better.
Right.
Like, I was sick. Like, my heart was in my stomach when he was telling him, like, Jesus.
Because a lot of people in your situation, Earl, would not have known how to rebound and would have turned to drugs, alcohol, or even darker situations. You turned that negative and turned it into a positive, brother, and I commend you for that.
Because I wouldn't have been able to.
Thanks.
You never know what you could do when you need to do it,
or until you're in that situation.
Right. So thank God Earl took the right route.
We have another viewer, Earl, Dave. He says, "Wow, that is a turnaround, and good for you that you went the opposite direction of her."
Thanks, Dave.
You know, sometimes the real thing. Sometimes you could, like, once you get hurt like that, you just keep going down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
And then you get the next bad girl, the next bad girl, next bad girl. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's like a repeat offender.
Right, exactly.
Now, I have to ask one last question, Earl. Has any of this scorned you into getting into relationships, or, just gave you a negative outlook on relationships?
Yeah, it kind of sort of gave me a negative outlook. I mean, I'm really careful when I'm going to talk to a female now.
Okay.
I can dig it.
Okay.
I did want to know, was there any signs in the 3 years that you guys were together that she was foul, or like did she give you any like bad arguments or like
mental disorders,
bipolarism,
right?
That led up to
That's a very good question.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Did you see anything in the 3 years?
I seen some traits of bipolarism. Besides, she was money hungry.
Right.
Wow. And did y'all have like a lot of fights and or disagreements within the time of, you know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? Like, usually you don't come from Susie Homemaker, perfect lady, to getting pregnant by your friend's husband, you know?
I actually think that's exactly how it happens.
We pretty much did.
Wow. I actually think that's no, I'm not trying to be a smart ass.
No,
but
you were right though. He said
Susie Homemaker, those people that are like the ones that show you nothing,
perfect
that you
chicks.
see nothing, the perfect relationship, the perfect situation, they're the ones that end up failing.
Wow.
Because name a relationship you've ever known in your entire life that's all goods.
Right.
There's no all goods.
There is. That's an impossible relationship. One thing about relationships is you're going to have your ups and your downs, your good times and your bad times, but it's how you handle and deal with those situations that get you to the other side, the light at the end of the tunnel.
I'm just glad Earl won out of all of this.
Yes, you did win, Earl. And first of all, I want to say this because I wouldn't be the doctor of love, at least for this 60 minutes, if I didn't share this with you. You came out golden from this situation. You definitely turned negative into a positive. But what I want to say to you, and I want to give you a piece of advice, because I don't want you to go through life, feeling jilted or, not being able to trust, or let this situation affect your future relationship or that future wife that's out there for you. So I'll say this as food for thought. Do whatever you need to do to heal that old wound. Because if you don't, you'll bleed all over everyone you encounter in your future.
Well, I think I'm good for the most part, man. This was 13 years ago,
Right.
when I left her. So.
But yeah, you're a good brother, and I truly do believe that there's a good woman out there for you.
Yeah, maybe one of them good church girls.
Yeah. But, Earl, I want to thank you for calling in, brother. I appreciate you. And please continue to watch Relationships 101. You got the number if I could be of any help to you, or you just need to talk. I'm here for you, brother.
Shout out to Earl.
Yes, shout out to Earl.
Thanks.
All right, brother. You take it easy.
My man.
Take care, man.
Peace.
So the one thing I kind of wanted to add to that was you guys said he won. And like what I heard in that was like I get it. He came out positive, but I didn't hear win.
Only reason
I heard but I heard he 15 years later he's still jaded in relationships.
Yes, I agree with you on that.
That hurt me, bro. Yeah. Like listening to that, like because like he seems like a really good guy, and to have to go through that whole situation, and 15 years later he's still jaded about relationships.
Yeah, that
bad. Sucks, man.
That's bad. But only reason I say win is that you're free of the toxic.
Well, are you really free? Because if that relationship still has you jaded, you're a prisoner in your own life.
So
still living rent free,
Exactly. So I mean, I believe,
and I don't think he was in a relationship.
No, I don't, and I believe mentally it's probably tearing him up. That's why I said, hey, if you need to talk, I'm here.
Seems like he got a good father. I hope he's still around.
Damn right.
Yes, a real good father. Shout out to him also, whoever he is. Shout out to him also.
That good mentor and dad to probably helped him out a lot in the last 13 years too.
Can imagine.
Definitely.
Oh,
I can
my
imagine.
God. You put a heavy one on us.
Well,
I love them. This is fun.
Life is real. I mean,
I'm saying,
life is real.
I came in here like, we're gonna have a good time. And
we are having a good time, but not every story is going to be a flowers and candy story. I mean, that right there was some hard shit.
You know what's funny? They all kind of effed up. Like all the stories.
You know what? No.
All the stories got some foulness
We
in them.
actually had one great story last week. I don't know if you watched it, but we had a story that almost had Laura in tears. It was so great.
What?
Yes, that one story out of every story we ever told was the one beautiful story we told. Everyone else is sending these heartbreaking stories.
And this one
don't get me
is-
wrong, keep them coming.
Keep 'em
But, you know,
I need this.
Yes, we had that one needle in a haystack last week. And, you know, it was nice. It really was.
I got a question for you.
Yeah, sure.
These stories, out of the one that you got that was really great last week.
Hold up one time. I'm sorry. Tanya Cruz Butler, I'm so sorry, said that was heavy duty, wasn't it, girl?
You
Oh,
ain't
my
lying. You ain't
gosh.
lying at all.
Man.
But out of all the stories you're getting
Okay.
from regular people, these are real people.
Right.
And you reading these stories, and you got one, and y'all been on here 2-3 times, and every one have been hilarious, even quirky and Frankenstein-y as they've been. Are you jaded about relationships? Like, I ain't never gonna get serious with nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you
Nope.
still free of
I am
free
not
to
jaded.
love?
I am free to love.
There you go. You the doctor.
I am free to love.
Got your
I'm the-
degree in
Look,
relationshipology.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned. That's all I can say. Stay tuned.
Cliffhanger.
I'm not. That is a cliffhanger. That's
John loves the
That's
cliffhangers.
to be continued. But no, I'm not jaded at all.
Good, good.
We will pick this up with another story. This is called A Bad Date in Every Way.
Hot damn. That's my type.
I love the title.
This young lady says she had gone to high school. Oh, they had gone to high school together. But she vaguely knew him. There was 2 years. It was 2 years after their graduation. They had Facebooked a few times. He had asked to take her out to dinner and ice skating when she was home for the holiday weekend. So she said, yeah. So he picks her up and takes her out to eat. Takes her to a food court and tells her, pick any restaurant you want. It's on me.
Get that Popeye.
She
Get
didn't
extra
think anything
crispy.
about it. She says, okay, I'm a broke college kid too, so no worries. So while they were eating, he calls and chats with 2 other girls, full-blown flirting. Now she's ready to go. She's had enough. He convinces her to at least stay and ice skate because he had already paid for the tickets.
Right.
So she stayed. She said he ice skated like shit. But he tells her in the process that his life's ambition is to own his own rink. And how it would be wonderful if they co-signed together for the very rink that they were skating at. They would be very successful since there are already sparks between them. Now she's really pissed and wants to go home.
Don't blame him.
Gotta turn the page on this.
Page turn.
So on the drive home, he says, today is my grandfather's special day. You mind if we stop and say hello? She says, why not? Fuck it, sure. So he pulls up to the cemetery. You read it correctly. The cemetery. It's after 11 p.m. and I'm scared as shit.
Frankenstein.
Oh, man.
He pulls up to the tombstone and asks politely if I'd like to say hello. I politely decline. Now, I'm frantically texting my parents, telling them where I'm at if I don't come home soon. After 15 minutes, he comes back in the car and drives me home. The next day, he calls for another date. And I said I wasn't interested. He gets upset and says, well, fine, you was weird anyway.
Can anybody say Norman Bates?
I'm just trying to figure out what restaurant in the food court they went to. Was it Lotus Express? Panda?
I still say Popeye. And he was like, "Go get that Megan Thee Stallion hot sauce because you're good for a hot date tonight, baby."
Oh,
There's
man.
so many different restaurants in the food court. Who knows? But I would never dream of taking, a woman to the food court and telling her, pick anyone you want to. It's on me.
Anything you want. It's like the dollar menu. You'd be like,
Yeah, exactly.
You can have anything you want on this dollar menu.
Now I've been
Whatever you want.
Now I've been accused of flirting, and I got the eye, one eye, do like this.
But have you been bold enough to pull a phone out
I
and do
ain't
it?
never been bold enough on the date to full-blown flirt and text and talk to another girl while I'm out with another girl.
The worst part, that's not even the top 3 spots on the terrible moments in a
No,
date.
it's not.
Like,
No.
and that's crazy to
Right.
me.
Well, I think Grandpa took the cake.
100%.
Well,
Grandpa.
hold on now. You got to remember, too.
Co-sign the ice rink.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so
You think
He
was
had
ser-
balls
you
as
think
big
he
as
was ser-
grapefruits to
you think he
ask
was-
that.
You think he was serious about that one?
I believe he was serious the whole night.
That's why he wanted to go ice skating so he could see the ring.
Well-
look at what we can own.
Yes.
we can have
yes.
all this. And like the fact that he was a
Food
terrible
court
ice skater
included.
trying to own an ice skate
Yeah,
rink.
I thought,
Right.
Yo, when this is where my dumb mind was going. When you was like he had an ambition, I said, watch he say he has an ambition of being like a gold medals figure skater or something like that.
No, he wanted to own the rink.
After being a sucky ice skater, he gonna be Dorothy Hamilton or something.
No, he wasn't even Nancy Kerrigan. No, he wanted to own the rink.
Nancy Kerrigan. He wasn't even Ned Kerrigan. Like, he was nowhere near Kerrigan.
He was on Blaze of Glory.
He wanted to own the rink and had balls enough to ask her,
To
yes,
co-sign.
can we co-sign this?
Yo, my credit's not good enough for this.
I've
We
seen
signed.
I've seen the guy.
He said it
but-
was lasagna night at Sbarro.
But even
That's
after
some
the
good eating.
the first date, you asking somebody to co-sign? Like
Yeah, that's
I mean,
crazy.
you know, about 3 months we got to the co-sign and get,
What?
Let me get that car. I've been there.
Not co-signing it for 3 months. Get the hell out of here. Y'all crazy.
Like, hey, you know, we've been doing it for 3 months. We've been in Sbarro almost
Sbarros.
every night. We've been here almost every night this week, baby. How about we get this car?
How do you go from asking a bank for a loan after 3 months?
No, we went to high school together.
Vaguely. They vaguely remembered each other.
You ain't know me, girl,
Yo,
but
like, when
I
I-
knew you.
When you first starting to tell a story, I don't know if you ever seen the movie Just Friends with Ryan Reynolds.
No.
It's just so funny because like they were friends in high school, and then
Right.
he came back home and he went to take her to an ice skating rink. I'm like, yo, is this like from Just Friends?
And the whole thing I'm thinking about is Rocky.
Rocky?
when he took an ice skating rink.
Oh, yeah, Rocky
I'm
won.
thinking
Yeah,
Rocky.
yeah.
I'm like, that ice skating ring must be the bomb, Jack.
Must be. Who knows?
That's a romantic date.
But what about today is my grandfather's special day. And you pull up after 11 o'clock to a cemetery.
I could pull that shit on like a 6-month date.
I wouldn't even do that.
Like, I'm just saying, like, I could probably pull that out. Like,
I might tell you that I visit my grandfather every birthday, but I wouldn't want you to be there with me.
No, I want that time with me and my grandpa.
And if you say, "Can I join you?" then that's another story.
Right.
is he trying to show her off to his grandfather?
I have no idea.
You
Well,
wanna
my
come
whole
say
thing
hi?
is, if I go see
You
Gramps,
want to meet him?
if I go see Gramps, it's in broad daylight. I can't go after 11 o'clock.
No, not at all. Not at all.
You don't like
After
hanging
the
out at the
date?
cemetery? 11
Not at
o'clock night?
all.
After the
That's
date?
a hard pass.
After the date,
No, not at all. I go see Gramps. It's
A lot
like
of
1
places
o'clock
I
in the
want to be.
afternoon.
A lot of places I want to be at 11 o'clock at night.
Not a cemetery.
The cemetery's not one of them.
Not
yeah, this is definitely the Norman Bates date.
She's so scared that she frantically is texting her parents where
Yeah,
she's at.
That's really bad.
Yes, that's horrible.
And she lucky she made it home. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's so many crazy people out there.
Yes.
So many sick people out here, and she's lucky she is still alive to tell that story, because that sounds like horror movie 101.
Dave says, wait, was this a date?
When the guys from Philadelphia.
Shout out to Philadelphia
Shout out to
and her
Philadelphia.
podcast, Toxic Alumni, Toxic Family. Yeah, this was a horrible, like the title said, a bad date in every way. There was nothing good about this date. I believe the only good thing about this date was that it ended.
Yeah, there was.
She got home safe.
Yeah,
well,
she got
got
home
home
She
alive.
can write the email.
Right,
exactly.
right.
She
I'm
made
just
it
like,
home alive.
My God.
Yeah, that's a rough one. That right there is.
You don't got one more?
Oh, I got more.
I was gonna say I get into mine.
I think he got.
Oh, I'm gonna let you. But
All right.
I definitely have more. I'm not gonna lie. Earl got me a little psyched up tonight, so
I love it.
I'm a little
Yo,
scatterbrained.
I'm after talking to him too.
My heart went out to him.
Yeah.
Brad,
put a pin in that, please.
That's funny. Brad's comment's funny.
After talking to him, really made me really like. I still feel for him. I'm just praying.
no
I'm
doubt.
just praying for him.
Yes.
Like everything gonna be all right. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It'll continue to be all right, because, like I said, it seems like he's still building to rebuild, to get out of the rut that he was
Right,
in.
right,
You know,
right.
He still got some bricks on him that
And
he
the
need to
healing
shake off.
process can be a rough one.
Yeah, that's something like that.
Can be a rough one.
Definitely. And the Norman Bates date is it's like.
Can we rank them? Like, obviously,
you
like
could
the guy in the
actually-
corner.
That's what I'm going to have to do one day.
This should be a movie. That one should be a movie.
You know what? Man Cave Edition, which is coming up soon.
Get them
The
all.
worst dating stories will be ranked up into the best.
Right.
Up into the best.
That's dope.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. That's a good idea, Gene. Thank you.
That'll be
Absolutely.
That's an hour and a half show right there. The recap.
Yeah, the
2-hour premiere.
recap.
The recap.
For all the horrible stories that's been sent in Relationships 101.
I hope people are learning from this. This is.
I really hope they do too, and don't take them as a joke.
This is
Here's the best of-
that heart don't have a cap on it for graphic reasons. We want you to learn from this.
Yes.
I'm learning from this.
The best advice I can ever give any of these people is you notice every one of them see the red flag and they still continue to date.
Yeah.
As soon as you see that really bad red flag, end the date.
What's the other one?
Go
Spank date.
away immediately.
Smack that. What's the website where you hit it 65 seconds?
Oh,
What?
well,
What?
We
there-
should get some
we
sponsorship from them.
we should get a sponsorship because we plug them a lot.
Because I was sitting here like, y'all better go to Spank That.
No, let me say the actual name of it. For people that do not want to be in an active relationship, there's a website. No, there's an app, and it's called Smash and Dash.
There it is.
Oh, my God.
And what you do is, and you know what? Somebody better be sending a check this way soon. John Evans.
Yes.
What you do is you download this app. There's no names. There's no bios. What you do is you upload a photo. Everything's anonymous. What this photo does is let you know of all the available singles in your area that's looking for, to hook up and smash. Well, you happen to have, of all numbers, 69 minutes to meet this person. There you go. Smash and dash.
There it is.
Meet this person, hook up with them, and do what you got to do, because at the end of 69 minutes, all your photos and your communications between that person disintegrates, never to be seen again, and you have to start the process all over again.
I'm going to create me a new app.
And it's a free app.
Hit it and split.
It's a free app. So it's a free app. So if you're not willing to be in a relationship and that's not your speed, then you can download Smash and
I like the
Dash.
Inspector Gadget quality of the app where it just disintegrates everything.
Right.
You have
After 69
What was
minutes.
that one?
Right.
You have 69 seconds. This tape will self-destruct.
That's it.
Mission
So,
Impossible.
I guess that's kind of guilt-free because there's
Mission
nothing traceable.
Impossible. But it seemed like a lot of these, like even Freddie, not just called Freddie Bates, but even the Bates date, right? It just seemed like she was really reluctant about even going out with this guy. Like, it wasn't like she was enthusiastic. Like, he asked her out, right? You know what I'm saying? Like she's like, I'm minding my own business, and here he come.
Right.
Roller skate man.
Ice skate. The ice skate king.
Supreme
crazy.
got names for everything.
Right.
I love it. Like, he's rolling.
Yeah, I like that.
Well,
don't know your real name
hold
to
up.
save my life.
Bates
Except
date.
for Earl, it's burnt in my head forever.
Earl's going to stick with all of us for a
Right,
while.
Earl is burnt in my head for a minute.
Gene wants to tell a story.
Oh, man.
And I have 2 stories left before we go off. Dave says, okay, after the last man cave, I put that app on my phone and checked it out. I think 90% of the women were actually hookers. The other 10% wanted to enter the hookerhood.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Well,
I
it's
love
not
that Dave
smashing.
downloaded the app.
Yeah, he did it right here on the show. It's not Smash and Dash for nothing. Let's get something straight. You're
Somebody
not going
gotta
to
get
find
something.
quality women on there. Yeah.
A lot of catfishes.
I don't know. But yeah, this next story is called I Love Art. This young lady says, I met this guy on Tinder and we both, I met this guy on Tinder. We had conversations and there was a connection. We met in the city and I bought pencils as he asked. We ended up in a life drawing studio class. We got dollar beers for each other, and he seemed to know a few people in the class, which was cool because I love a guy that knows how to draw. Well, he went to the bathroom, and you guessed it, he came back in all his nakedness. He was the model in the class, proud of himself and all that he was hanging with.
Yo, you can't be
I
serious.
turned red as hell, and for the next hour and a half, I saw more of him than I expected to.
So as I draw him, no.
Hold up, there's more. We've been together for 3 years now.
There you go. I'm about to say, so as I draw him, and I start like what I see, and I'm such a great artist, I drew him a whole sexy personality, and now we together for 3 years. That's crazy.
I see. The funny thing is, as you were reading that, like I seen you preparing for the bed.
I'm looking for it. I've been
and
here
like
before.
I was like, all right, well, I'm
That
so
seems
far.
like a
I'm
super
right with
cool
this.
date. Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm like art date, okay. And
I
then
get scared when you
shit, like put all your cards on the table. Date one.
Right.
So I get scared when when you read and you say, "I told her to bring some curtains or whatever." You know what I mean? It's like, what are you gonna bring some
But
pencils
that's
for?
a cool date to me. Bring your pencils. We go to a drawing class. I dip to the bathroom. I come back. All right, get all this. That's right. So I mean, that's a super cool date right there. I mean,
You must have had the right stuff.
Well, at that point, it's like she either likes it or she doesn't.
right.
You ain't wasting 3 dates figuring it out.
Oh, they've been together for 3 years, so she's done drew a whole comic book of him.
She
so
loved
far.
it.
Yeah, they got encyclopedias of stuff she done drew around the crib.
Yeah, that was a good one.
It was a good one. It was a good one.
Weird.
I love it.
But it was good.
Yeah, that was a lighter side of everything so far. We have the very last story. It's called The Humper.
Oh, jeez.
When I'm
Look, you see my face again?
I'm prepared for this one. The
when I
title
met
said
up
it.
with the guy for a date, it was awkward because he showed up with a gross eye infection. After a few drinks and some food, we went back to his place to watch a movie. I was practically falling asleep. When the movie was over, he made a move and he kissed me. Then he started dry humping me. He was so aggressive that his 5 o'clock shadow was giving me a rash. He asked if I wanted to sleep over, and I said no and booked out of there.
He needed to have a toy box.
I think that
No, because most of your people would be like, he asked me to spend the night. So I spends the night, right? He asked me, look at me naked as I'm drawing. So as I'm drawing them, right? Like they always go, this is the first person that has some good sense. Her and Jason Bates.
But she don't.
Got out of there.
But she don't. She don't have good sense. Listen. I'm gonna help y'all. This is
I wanna know
every
where he was
man,
dry humping
all
his
men.
beard.
I'm sorry. I apologize for this one right now.
Don't be sorry. There's no wrong answers here. Go ahead, brother.
So
hit him.
The truth is, stop going over to guys' houses for date one. Like
True.
you shouldn't be going to his house for date one to watch a movie. If he can't pay for an AMC, I don't know what to tell you.
Right.
Go to regular movies.
Take you home.
And then she's starting to fall asleep. He's dry humping her.
And that's,
Come on, I need to get out of here. So,
Right.
Red flag number 2. Like,
I want to know where his beard was. He must have been grinding in her cheek.
Apparently, he didn't know how to grind, period. He gave her a rash on her
I'm like,
face.
where in the hell was he? What was? Oh my god! But this guy is sick. He sounds like a sex offender.
No, let's not put him there. I don't know who that guy is. He could just have sorry luck with women. I don't want to put him in that category.
You can't just start dry humping people.
Boy, you
that
cold
sleep.
as ice right there.
You can't dry hump people
think
that
he
just
was
fall
listening
asleep.
to
Well,
Bob?
no. Let me correct that. Because after the movie was over, he made his move and he kissed her.
Okay.
And then he started dry humping her. So she was already awake. The movie was over.
I didn't want her
So,
to be sleeping.
yeah, I don't want to make it seem like she was sleeping. He just hopped on her.
at this
Yeah.
point, I wish I would have known the story was coming because I had the R. Kelly ready in the background. Ain't nothing wrong.
My mind's
With a
telling me
little-
no.
What a little bump and
A
grind.
little hump and grind.
Yeah, with a little hump and grind. Yeah. But
do the hump, they hump. I do the hump, they hump.
my man Gene, because before
This
the
is bad.
show, we was talking about who had the most horrible dating story. And if you're following the podcast, I've shared a couple of mine. We have some minutes, so we're gonna get ahead. I'm gonna let Gene tell his. I'm gonna tell mine, and we'll end this, and I'll give you some food for thought. Please, Gene, share. with
I don't
us.
even know if you listen. This is bad.
Okay.
And to my girl, I apologize. Now this is way before I met you. Just letting you know, like this is not way before I met you. So I met a woman on Match.com,
They're damn sites.
dating site, something simple. So we decided to go out to dinner to Fleming's. I had a $100 gift card to Fleming's.
Oh.
Fleming's is a nice steakhouse. Take her out to dinner to Fleming's. We split a bottle of wine at dinner.
Mm-hmm.
2 glasses of wine each. At the end, she got a dessert that had a little bit of alcohol in it. One of those, forget what type of, and this is very relevant. Very good date so far.
Okay.
Date's going well. Want to go back to my place to watch a movie? Okay, come on. I'm gonna come back to my place to watch a movie. We get to my place. She seems very, very okay. She's good. The conversation's good. Let's do a shot. We'll do one shot at my house. We're at my house now. No more driving. We'll do one shot.
Mm-hmm.
Watch a movie. One thing leads to another. We're in the bedroom.
Mm.
In the middle of the act, you see her eyes roll back, and it's just like, I don't know. She passed out.
Do I
Something.
stop?
So was that good?
Hold on. So I take her off me, and she is, I don't know how she went from 0 to 100. Like, it had to be something added to it, but she went from 0 to 100. I took her off me. She almost like passed out. I love you 100%. I'm like, all right. We need to get you home, some bread.
Sound like she roofied
Like, yo, like, I'm dead. Let's get you home, maybe some bread,
Yeah.
something.
out of my life.
She is like snapping in my house. She's screaming.
Whoa.
Screaming, throwing stuff in my house. I call my best friend. I put him in my pocket on speakerphone. I said, I just need you here just in case, because I feel like this is getting, she is, I'm in an apartment building at the time.
Right.
So like I got neighbors to the
Yeah,
right,
going to hear that.
up, down, and she is screaming. She's pissed off that like, I'm like, I want to take her home. She's like, no, I love you. Like freaking out. It's first date. So at this point, I'm trying my best to like, all right, get your clothes on. We got to roll. I'm going to drive you home.
Mm-hmm.
She puts her clothes on backwards, like her pants on backwards. I'm like, all right, please, you know. And she's screaming so loud. I'm like, listen, I'm going to call the cops. I can't at this point, I can't continue forward with this because you're screaming so loud. My neighbors are going to call the cops. So I'd rather get ahead of the story.
Right. Get ahead of that train.
So I got my best friend on speakerphone. I'm helping her get dressed. I finally get her in the car, starting to drive her home. She's pissed off at me. She spits at me right in my face.
Oh.
I'm on the middle of Roosevelt Boulevard driving her home, spits at me right in my face. I said, I need you to not do that again. So then she spits on my windshield. I said, all right, spit in my car one more time. I'm gonna just drop you off here.
Right.
I'm trying to drive you home, trying to be nice. She then proceeds to punch my window as hard as she can on the right side, on the passenger side window. And she's freaking out because I'm just trying to drop her off. I'm like, you are not well right now. You're very drunk, and I want to get you home. I'm trying to be a gentleman here and just get you home. Finally, after I roll my window down, I stop my car. I'm on Roosevelt Boulevard, middle lane. Stop my car. I said, listen, you got a choice right now. You're going to chill out. I'm going to leave the window open, and I'm going to drive you home, or you're going to get out right here. Finally, I get her home, and I'm telling you right now, in my head, I'm like, how am I going to get her from my car to her apartment?
Right.
God was there with me that night because her neighbor was walking the dog, and she sees the dog that her neighbor has, and she's like nuts.
Get out.
Right out to go grab the dog and pet the dog. I said, man, can you please make sure I got you. Can you please make sure she gets upstairs? I got you. 4:30 in the morning. This is now 5 hours later. I get the longest apology text message. I can't believe how drunk I was. I'm sorry. You had 2 glasses of wine and a shot.
Yes, well,
like, you can't. She pre-gamed. I didn't know this.
Oh, now it's making sense.
She had pre-gamed, but she had lost it after that shot.
Right.
It took it to the.
But, like, I had no idea. This is our first date. And it's shame on me for allowing it to go that far on our first date.
But you didn't know.
You didn't know that.
But I'm a guy, and, you know.
She's going to give it to you.
Exactly.
And take it.
I can't. At that point, I was like, listen, I appreciate you apologizing. We can't date again. Like, I never look at you the same light again. You can't handle it.
I don't want to see you again.
No. I was scared. I legit thought I was getting arrested that night. She was screaming so loud, like bloody murder in my apartment.
It's bad when you're a guy.
Correct, because there's nothing you could do right.
And the girl is so nuts that it scares you.
Now, I will admit, Gene, that's a hell of a story. Mine is not even close to that, but I'll share it anyway. We got a few more minutes to go. I I met this person online. I will respectfully not say her name.
I hope I stay off that line, man.
Yeah, no. She was nice looking. There was chemistry, through the chat and everything. I just happened to be in the city, and she had asked what I was doing. I told her I was just grabbing something to eat, some alone time. She wanted to join me, so I, okay, this is where I'm at. She had trouble finding the restaurant, so she called me and was cussing me out because she couldn't find a restaurant. Red flag. Mm-hmm. So after she finds the restaurant, she comes in and she starts screaming at the top of her lungs, "I'm not used to this. I'm used to men picking me up." I'm like, well, I was already here. So, I'm going to need you to lower your voice.
Right.
So, red flag number 2.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're sitting there talking and everything, and the conversation is just okay. She was easy on the eye, so I could tolerate an okay conversation. So she's telling me about herself towards the end of the dinner. So she says, I'm a really good woman. I just want you to know I just have one problem. I'm like, okay, go ahead. Nobody's perfect. She says, well, I just want you to know when I get upset, I like to fight on my men. I said, check, please. So that's how that thing ended, and we went our separate ways.
You ain't even go to the first round.
No, you ain't got to tell me shit else. You ain't got. I remember because the waitress was walking by. She's telling it, and she says, when I get upset, I like to fight on my men. Yeah, check, please. And I was done.
You know how many guys would have went further with her?
A lot, but I just wasn't going to be one.
No, I'm just saying.
John, I would have handled that differently, John.
Here you go.
Really?
I'm gonna tell you how I'd handled it.
I'm like, oh yeah, that's no problem. On at the end of the night.
No. That's no problem. That's no problem. I understand that completely. And I would have finished the date, and I would have dropped her off, and I would have ghosted the shit out of her. I'm not. You saying check,
we took
please?
Separate cars.
You saying check, please? In my mind, would have set her off. And nuts she was. She was already cursing at you because you couldn't find the restaurant.
Right.
And then she's being loud and obnoxious when you meet her.
She definitely had a bad temper.
Oh, man. You could tell.
I'd
have been like, I'm going to dodge this bullet real quick. Oh, that's no problem. I can handle that.
Right.
That's great. Let's take care of the check. I'm going to call you tomorrow. Yeah. Never again.
Dave says, honestly, the experience in the last 10 years has really hammered home for me that online dating doesn't tend to work as well as just meeting someone in the real world. Well, this is, I agree with you, but
this is the supermarket.
This is the climate that we live in right now. Now, this podcast is over, so I'm going to let these men say what they have to say before they leave. I will say this. Sometime in December, I'll be getting with the fellas. It's Man Cave 2. We got 2 seats already reserved for Gene. Good.
So, wire to wire, guys, I'm definitely going to try to get at least 1 or 2 of them. I know Cottrell will come through. Hopefully, Shally will too. But I can't wait for that. Wire to wire Wednesday night if you like sports. We're very into all sports. We're going to give you a full breakdown of that. And to Dave's comment about the dating app, I met my beautiful girlfriend on the dating app. Met her on Match.com. We live together, and I'm very happy with it. So I think that dating apps could work. I think in person could work. I just think it's whatever happens.
It's the person.
Yeah,
you gonna be crazy in person, or you gonna be crazy on the app?
Correct.
Supreme, wrap it up. Send it home, brother.
My name is Supreme the Resurrected. I'm from The Funky Contradiction. Comes on every third Sunday. Apologies for this Sunday because I was on tour in Nebraska. And we're going to do it next month, third Sunday of next month. So tune in to The Funky Contradiction on Toxic Radio. And it's a pleasure, man. It's like, this is a relief for me to actually, like, I really know what the hell I'm talking about. I just been through a lot of experience. Like, even your story, I just saw 5 dates that I had in that one story. It was just crazy. And even your story, anger issues seem to be, not the lovely lady I got now, but the anger issues in toxic ladies have been prevalent in my life. Of all of the years that I've been on this earth, I can find the craziest one at the party. And so now I'm just glad to be out the door of the party, looking through the window, peeking in, listening to you guys' stories, man. It's awesome.
Hey, man, you're welcome anytime, both of y'all.
I am toxic.
Like I said, I believe I promised a seat to Pro Star for the Man Cave. Preem, if you are willing to sit in, you're more than welcome to do that.
Love to.
So let me send this home with some food for thought. First, let me look into this camera. I'm trying to touch a soul.
A soul has been touched. Go ahead, get it. I love it. This is pimp shit right here.
Okay, here we go. Nothing in life is ever what it seems, or even people. But if you find a special someone that makes it all worthwhile, hold on tight and never let them go. That's your food for thought tonight. So, this is the podcast, Relationships 101. Until next Monday, be good to each other. Jamie, play me out.